evening. It's Bronwyn, and we are ready for another episode of Black Mental Health is Black Health. Well, before we get started, we always do some breathing, and I'll tell you about some changes in the topic tonight, but we are moving forward. So, if you've never been here before, we start the show with three deep cleansing breaths, a moment to woosah at the end of the day. So, let's get started. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Just that moment to woosah from the end of the day. Well, if you saw the earlier advertising for this week, it said we were going to have a chiropractor and we were going to talk about the relationship between a chiropractor and mental health. Well, being a medical professional, things happen. And my guest had something come up and she could not do it. She had to deal with a client. Understandable. Well, at the last minute, I'm like, oh, what are we going to do? We're not going to cancel. I believe the show must go on. And this week, I've also been talking with a lot of people who are dealing with stress in a lot of different areas of their life. So I thought I would make tonight very experiential. And we're going to talk a little about stress, why it's here, and we're going to do some things, practice some things that help us manage our stress. And when I think about stress right now, I think about a lot of the societal issues that are causing stress. That's some of the things people are telling me. Dealing with things like just turning on the news and seeing what's going on in the government, man, that's bugging out a lot of people. And it's for real because there's a lot of stress going on. But we're going to talk about it, but then we're going to go solution oriented. But people are losing their jobs. Things with DEI. What does that mean if I'm looking for a job? Is it going to make me be excluded? Is it harder to find a job? What if I lose my job? These are just the things that people are thinking. I know people now that are afraid to fly because they're like, every other day we're hearing about a near miss or a plane crash. So that's another. I want to travel. I love to travel. I canceled my trip. These are things I'm hearing about just flying. Then there are the normal stress of children, family, your spouse, your significant other, taking care of aging parents, taking care of grandchildren, your health. All of these things can cause someone to feel anxious. You may deal with one of them, all of them. Either way, anxiety can be there. And anxiety is real. Anxiety has physical manifestations in your body. That's even part of the definition is how it shows up in your body. Anxiety and stress, how do they show up? For some people, they have heart palpitations and the heart feel like their heart's going to beat out of their chest. Some people feel stress in their shoulders. Some people feel it in different parts of your body. If there's ever been a part of your body that's had an issue, man, that's where the stress is going. And it can be painful. Stress can physically be painful because it has to go somewhere in your body. And you will feel the stress. You will feel the pain. And all of these things that I mentioned can keep you there. We can look at what's going on in the government every day, things that are changing and be like, I don't know. I just don't know. You can have those feelings, but that's not the best place to stay. So we're going to look at where do we go with this? What do I do with this? This is way, way too much because those things that are going on are real. And I'm not saying it shouldn't bother you, but I'm saying it shouldn't cripple you. So let's look at some ways. What do we do with this? It's here. It's real. First, let me say, I believe that mind, body, and spirit are connected. You impact one, you impact the other two. So this stress comes in. It's an emotional issue. It's our mind, but it's also, as I said, it impacts us physically. What about spiritually? Yeah, it does. Um, but I'm going to look at this from a biblical point of view. Over 300 times, depending on which translation of the Bible you're looking at, it talks about don't fear. And this anxiety that I'm talking about tonight and the stress, man, there's a lot of fear involved. Fear of losing your job, fear of what happens if they make changes to Medicaid, fear of I've worked all these years and you're going to do something with Social Security. You call it an entitlement, but I paid into it. It's my money. These are fears that are cause us anxious, cause us to feel stress, real stress. I'm going to tell you two verses people hear, and for some it's comforting, for others it's yeah, but I'm not there. Three verses. First is Philippians 4, 6, and 7. It says, do not be anxious for, and I'm going to read it from the Amplified Bible. Do not be anxious or worried about anything, but in everything, every circumstances and situation, by prayer, petition, and thanksgiving, continue to make your specific requests known to God. And the peace of God, that peace that reassures the heart, that peace which transcends all understanding, that peace which stands guard over your heart and mind in Christ Jesus. Man, that's a lot. I know people will say, yeah, but I get it, but it's hard to pray right now. And so maybe your prayer is just simply, God, I need to be in front of you. Take it away. 2 Timothy 1:7 in the Amplified Bible says, for God has not given us the spirit of timidity, cowardice, or fear. He has given us a spirit of power, of love, of sound judgment, and personal discipline, abilities that result in calm, well-balanced mind and self-control. Now, that's a powerful thing, that the spirit of fear, cowardice, and timidity, anxiety, stress doesn't come from God, but it's real. And the reason it's mentioned over 300 to 500 times in the Bible about not fearing, not be anxious when you combine them all is because God knew what we were going to do. He knew that that would be a part of who we are. But man, I love this version. He has not given us the spirit has given us the spirit of power and of love and of judgment and discipline, abilities that result in a calm, well-balanced mind and self-control. Man, that's pretty deep. We need that self-control. We need that calm. And here's one that I remember someone saying, yeah, but when I hear that, it's not comforting because this just sounds like words because I don't know how to do it. And that's 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your cares, your anxieties, all your worries, all your concerns, once and for all on him. For he cares about you with deepest affection and watches over you carefully. That can be difficult for some people because of the idea of how do I cast my concerns, my cares, my anxieties, my worries on God? Well, it's like, God, I got all this going on. I don't want it. I need you to take it from me. And it's not necessarily a one-time prayer. You pray it and it's gone. Maybe it's something you've got to say over and over until you believe it yourself, till it's in here. But it also comes with faith, believing that God can see you through whatever you're going through. As we deal with the stressors that I named and many more, can God see you through them? Yeah, he can. When I look at things that are going on in the government, am I concerned? Yes, I am. Am I worried? Not really. Some days more than others. Most days, okay, we made it through before, we'll make it through less. And that's why I call this stress less. I'm not saying don't stress at all, because that's not necessarily realistic for some people, but man, we can all stress less. So I wanted to talk about some things to do in this time of stress. We always start the show off with breathing. And I, give a quick reason why, but I wanted to give you a few things that breathing does. When you're taking in that deep breathing, and I always say, you know how to breathe, you're alive. If you weren't breathing, you probably wouldn't be here listening. But deep cleansing breath, it calms the mind and improves your overall well-being. because you're taking more oxygen into your brain. It can also promote changes in your autonomic nervous system. Now, this is a part of your nervous system that regulates your involuntary processes, including your heart rate, respiration, blood pressure, body temperature, and digestion. All of that can be impacted by just deep breathing? Really? Yes, it can. We think about it. I tell you, for some people, when they're anxious or stressed, they feel their heart just beating, feel like it's going to beat out of their chest. Your blood pressure can rise. Your temperature can go up. When it talks about digestion, you just can't eat because, man, your stomach ain't right because you're stressed out. But you can take deep breaths and it will help calm you down. We're going to practice between now and the end different kinds of deep breathing. Another thing deep breathing does is it can increase your mental energy. Again, you're getting more oxygen in your brain, you're calming down your body and your mind, and then you can have better mental energy, have better thoughts. It can also help you manage your mood. It can help with anxiety and depression. So we're going to practice another type of deep breathing because there are so many different types. And I will say, if you're out there and you're looking at this and you're liking it, please share it, like it, follow me, depending on what you're on. Type something in the comments. Say, got it, I like it. Let me know who's out there. This type of breathing that we're going to do is called box breathing. And here's how we do it. We're going to breathe into the count of 4, out to the count of 4. No, hold it to the count of 4, and out to the count of 4. Let me do that again. In, hold, out. Each one to the count of 4, and we're going to do it 4 times. And you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's try it. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. One more. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. How was that? How did that feel for you? It's a little different to breathe that way, but it does help your body. And we're going to do a few other ways to breathe because there are different ways we do it, and different things can feel, good to you. We'll have another breathing exercise before we finish, just to see which one. Maybe you try them all. Maybe you do them different times of the day. And some of these things we talked about, but I figured I'd bring them back up. And we've talked about grounding. 2 types of grounding. We'll talk about both of them. First is what's known as earthing or grounding, and that's when you're connected to the earth. It's known as earthing or grounding, and it's a way of connecting. It's a practice that involves directly connecting your body to the earth. It allows people to use the earth's natural electric charges to stabilize their bodies. There's some research on it, but people who do grounding regularly are known to have better blood pressure and better things going on in their bodies. And it really is just connecting to the earth. And if you think about it, since we're taking the show from a spiritual, perspective, man came from dirt. Adam and Eve created from the dust. Out of the, ash to ash is dust to dust. Out of the dust, the dirt you came, and the dirt you go back into. It's that connection. God created the heavens and the earth before he created man. So we're going back to earth. So when you're grounding, you're walking barefoot. You can be grounded, do grounding just by sitting with your feet in in the grass, in the dirt. And one of the things, even if you're just sitting outside, yesterday was a beautiful day here in Arlington. I did go sit outside, put my feet in the grass and worked. And then sometimes just sit still. One of the benefits, if you're grounding while sitting outside still, it allows you to be still. And then you're connecting with the earth, with God's creation. So earthing or grounding can be very positive for you because it allows you to just be there in that moment. The ultimate woosah. The other kind of grounding is grounding where you are becoming connected with where you are. Some people become so anxious, they dissociate. I'm not even here. I don't feel real in my world, or I just can't feel. I'm just all over the place. Well, when you're grounding, for your mental health, it's there are different techniques and strategies that connect you with the present in the moment. It helps with your self-regulation, especially in those times of anxiety. And there's several grounding techniques, and I'm just going to do one with you tonight, and I'm going to encourage all of you to do it. Because tonight is experiential. It's kind of weird doing experiential when I don't see you, but I'm trusting that you're out there trying these techniques and doing them. So this one is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. And as I do it, as I say it, I want you to do it. And I will do what I'll do it myself and say it out loud. I want you to find 5 things you can see right where you are. I see a certificate hanging on the wall. I see books. I see a curtain. I see a door handle. I see a cup. What are 4 things you can touch and actually touch them? I touch the phone. I touch the mouse. I touch the remote. I touch my cup of water. I touched my computer. What are 3 things you can hear? I can hear the sound of my voice. I can hear the fan on the computer. I can hear the dishwasher from my kitchen. What are 2 things you can smell? I smell the faint scent of a candle I burned earlier today. I look that way, I smell my dinner I ate earlier. And the last one, what is 1 thing you can taste? I still taste a bit of food in my mouth from the poke bowl I ate. So how does that help you? When you do that, you stop what you're doing and focus on where you really are. It allows you to engage your senses. When you're completely stressed out or anxiety is taking over, as I said, you can lose that sense of just, I'm here, I'm good. So when you connect with your senses, again, it stops what you're doing to focus on those things, and you allow your senses to tell you, I'm here, I'm okay, I'm good. So that's a way of doing that. It just gets you back connected where you need to be. So let's do another breathing exercise. Well, no, this time we're going to do a guided imagery. I'm going to take you to one of my favorite places in the world, the beach. So we practiced some breathing, and we're going to breathe a few times, and then I'm going to guide you through an imagery exercise. We're going to do one now and another one at the end. So I want you to breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Imagine yourself on a beach. It is a beautiful, beautiful beach. Crystal clear blue water, white sand, not a cloud in the sky, and it's the most beautiful shade of blue you've ever seen. The sun is shining, but it's not hot. It just kisses your skin to let you know you're alive. You're alone on this beach, but you feel safe and secure and calm. So you walk along the edge of the beach, just barely on the edge where the water comes over your feet, and the water comes in and the water goes out. And you continue walking and you feel good as you watch the water come in and the water go out. And you notice that your breathing joins the water, and you breathe in and you breathe out. And you sit down at the edge of the water. If you needed a chair, it just happens to be there. And you sit on the edge of the water, and the water comes in over your feet and goes back out. And you notice that your feet and legs are totally relaxed. And you breathe in and you breathe out. And you notice that your stomach and your chest are totally relaxed. And you breathe in and you breathe out. And you notice that your hands and arms are totally relaxed. And you breathe in and you breathe out. And you notice that your shoulders, there's no stress in them. And you breathe in and you breathe out. Every muscle in your head is just relaxed. You are relaxed from your head to your toes, to your toes, to your head. So you breathe in and you breathe out. Sit there for a moment, feeling safe, feeling calm, feeling at peace, feeling good. I'm going to count backwards from 10 to 1. When I get to 1, open your eyes and come back to this space, but hold on to that feeling of safe, calm, and at peace. 10, 9, 8, 7. Breathe in, breathe out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Breathe in, breathe out. 1. How was that for you? Are you relaxed? Did you fall asleep? Some people actually do, and that's okay because maybe it's what you need. But that's something you can do. That took about 3 minutes, and it allowed you to woosah. So what are some other things that you can do to minimize the stress? We can't take societal issues away. They're there. They're there. They're going to be there. But what are some other things you can do? Hopefully that relaxation exercise calmed you just a little more. And each one we do tonight should take you a little deeper and deeper. So exercising on a regular basis, getting out walking. So when you're moving, you are putting more endorphins in your brain, the feel-good chemical. So get out there, exercise. We've talked about junk in, junk out. What are you eating? Are you drinking enough water? That's why I've got my water here, because I haven't had enough today. How many glasses are you getting a day? I'm not going to give you a number. Figure out what's right for you and your body type and your whole situation. But yes, we need to keep hydrated. That helps with mental clarity. That helps with stress when you're hydrated. Again, mind, body, spirit. You do one, the others are better off. Some of us have too much going on. So set realistic goals. Maybe you can't do 100 things in one day. Maybe all you can do is 10. So why have a to-do list of 100? You set yourself up for failure, set yourself up for more stress because I can't get it all done. You're right. It was not a realistic list. So set realistic goals for yourself. Another one, take a break. When you sit down at your desk and you don't get up and you're going to work for the whole 8 hours straight, you already have your lunch at the desk. When you get there, you eat lunch with this hand and you're writing with the other. You're probably not as productive. Take a break, walk. If you are, in an office, take the long way, go to the restroom on the next floor. Get up, but get up and move to give yourself breaks. It allows your brain to stop for a minute and say, okay, so give yourself a break. Another way of helping stress is be social. Have your own social support. Have a positive social support. We were talking earlier just about the idea of societal stress. Don't only get together to talk about what's stressing you out. Find something creative to do. I have a lunch buddy. We get together every couple of weeks and have lunch. Well, today, instead of having lunch, we went and painted pottery and sat and talked. So find something. It doesn't have to be expensive, but find something you can do for yourself to just, oh yeah, I'm good. I can just do this, but have that support. I always say we were not meant to live this life alone. We're meant to be in community. So find community that you can be honest and real with, though. That I am stressing out and I can't take it anymore. I can't watch the news. I can't look at this. I'm worried. I look at this. I see this. Have someone to talk to. Maybe it is that you need professional help. That's why therapists are here. Yes. So find the help you need. We have time to do one more breathing exercise and one more relaxation exercise. We've already done 2 different ways of breathing. I'm going to teach you one more. And in this one, you're going to breathe in and you're going to breathe out as hard as you can. Breathe out all the air. You're emptying your lungs. And once you're finished with that, you're going to go and get everything out. You're emptying your lungs and then starting over again. We're going to do 3 of those. I'll show you kind of what it does like first. So it's breathe in. You are totally emptying your lungs and starting over again. They need to be emptied. So let's do that 3 times. Breathe in. Breathe out through your mouth. Out, 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 out. Stop. Push. One more. Breathe in. Out, 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 out. Stop. Push. One more. One more time. Breathe in. Out through your mouth. Stop. Push. One more. So that's yet another type of breathing. So I've given you 3 ways to deep breathe. And the whole idea is that you can see there are different ways to do it. People respond differently. So you find them what works for you. What kind of breathing is your thing? Maybe do them all. Find out what works for you. We have about 2.5 minutes left. So we're going to do one other activity. So tonight is all experiential. Hopefully you get something that you can do that can help you in that moment of stress. We're going to do a tension release activity. So sitting with your feet flat on the floor, I want you, if you can, take your shoes off. If not, you can do it with your shoes on. But man, it's really good if you can take them off. So take your shoes off, and I want you to squeeze your toes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your toes. Let them go. Let's do that one more time. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your toes. Let them go. Kind of put your legs straight out and tense them. Tense, 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 tense. And let it go. Squeeze your stomach. Squeeze it tight. Let it go. Make a fist and get your shoulder. We'll do this together. Fist, every part of this part of your body is tense. Oh, feel it. And slowly let it go. Take your face and squeeze it tight. And let it go. And then just kind of shake it off. Get all of your body and let it loose. Well, tonight was all about stress less, how to do it. We know that we're living in a time where things are stressful. Yes, they are stressful, but you don't have to stay in that place of stress. We've talked about a spiritual aspect, we've talked about the physical aspect and the mental aspect. Stress less. That's our one call to action. Do something to stress less. Hopefully, some of these tips will help. If you're someone who needs help with that, don't be afraid to reach out to a mental health professional. As somebody said, anxiety attacks are real, and anxiety can kill you. It can get you to the place where you can't function. So, yes, stress less. Reach out to a mental health professional if you need to. Reach out to me. Well, I am Bronwyn, Miss B, the Black Couch Therapist. I am here to help you become a better you. So I encourage you, take this tonight, share it, like it, follow me, let others know, share it with somebody you care about if you know that there is stress in their life. I will see you next week. Stress less and have a good week. Bye now.